I'm It's TEMPHUiBIS here. Lots of people have been commenting on my YouTube videos and messaging me on Twitter saying how comes I ain't making videos anymore. And it's kind of true. I haven't done a video for a very long while. I don't think I've actually put a public video out on this channel this year. And I actually have been thinking about the olden days, 2007, 2008, 2009, when I used to make videos more or less like 3 or 4 videos a week. Those days are definitely gone. You know what I mean? Uh, yeah, a lot of things have changed. So I'm going to kind of talk about a lot of things and maybe wonder. You guys going to wonder why. Uh, then you guys will have a better understanding of why I don't. I ain't probably going to do YouTube as much as I want to anymore. You know, I mean, the first thing I've got to blatantly speak about is just YouTube is just harder. Vlogs are just harder. You know, obviously back in the day I made loads of videos because it was easier back then. But vlogging today is just harder mentally and physically. And let me see what I mean by physically. Let me just go over how I used to make videos back in the day, and you'll get an understanding. So I used to have a digital camcorder which had a firewire cable that plugged straight into my old computer. And on that old computer, I had an old version of Adobe Premiere, and it had a capture button on it, which would capture straight from that camera. And what I did was, as soon as you record what you need to record, and click stop capture, the video is straight away onto the computer. No transferring needed or anything like that. It's already onto the computer. It didn't even process much. I think it just processed for like an extra 2 seconds. Bam. As soon as you finish recording, boom, it's already on the computer. So then you can now start doing a few more, maybe a little quick edits here and there, and boom, the video is done. I used to just do videos as if they were just QuickTime. I remember a time when my mum said I had to go out, that we had to go out in about an hour's time, and I didn't hear her properly. I thought she said half an hour time. So nearly in about, so coming up to half an hour, I got ready, I got washed, I got dressed and everything and all that, and I was ready to go. And my mum said, "No, I said 1 hour, not half an hour." I was like, "Oh, so I've got ready half an hour earlier. So what was there to do right then?" I thought, okay, let me just quickly make a video because I had something to talk about anyway. And I remember just turning on my computer, making a quick video, and um, saved it. Quick slight edit, and then and that took more or less about half an hour because then I actually uploaded it while I was going out. So I left my computer on and it was uploading the video while I went out with my mum. And when I came back home, I started reading all comments and stuff that were you guys left on there. You know, that would not happen today. So, so obviously it was an old digital camcorder. So the video resolution was obviously not that very well. You know, we're in the days of HD now. Yeah, videos. If your video is not HD, no one's taking you really seriously. Personally, and also that camcorder is broken anyway, right? Yeah, so I had to find new ways to make videos. And when I ended up getting a Galaxy Note 2, you know, that was my first ever smartphone, and I made videos on that, and the videos were such brilliant quality. It was HD quality and everything like that. And when I first got the videos onto the computer, um, the editing software I had. I mean, at the time I had a MacBook, so the editing software I had to use at the time was Final Cut Pro, because the MacBook I had Final Cut Pro installed on it. And every time I rendered something on that, the sound was very poor. It didn't record right. It was a very bad set. it was very badly set. The the layout, I didn't really like the layout either anyway, yeah, but I was willing to get used to the layout just so I can edit these videos. But every time I'd render the video, the sound would always come out very weird and just wrong. So Final Cut Pro wasn't the way to go. So I had to use, so I ended up getting the newer version of Adobe Premiere. And when I got the new Adobe Premiere, I remember taking the videos off the phone, put them on the computer, put it in Premiere, and the video was completely off sync. And the reason why for that is because of the frame rate. The frame rate that the phone records at, Premiere doesn't deal with that. So for me to fix that, I had to get this program that's free. I think everyone knows about this program. It's called Handbrake. It switches the frame rates and stuff, and it can also help um, burn DVDs off videos. But then I had to use it, yeah, to change the frame rate, yeah, on the videos when I take it from the phone. Then they can go onto Premiere, and then I can start editing. So, so let's have that quick recap. First way to make videos: plug it in, turn it on, record, done. Now, record, yeah. So now it was like record with the phone, plug the phone in the computer, transfer the file onto the computer, and then use Handbrake to change the frame rate of the file, and then put it in Adobe Premiere. It's longer in it. It can almost blow off a third of your day getting a video done when you're doing that. Because especially when sometimes I don't record the videos all in one go. Sometimes I may have a mistake in a video or whatever, or I sometimes need extra takes. So if I did a video that had 7 takes in it, that's 7 videos I've got to put on. I've got to transfer to the computer and convert with Handbrake, and then put them on Premiere. So that's what made that's what makes doing YouTube videos a little bit more longer and a little bit more just a little sillier, really. You know what I mean? So sometimes if you're not in the mood to really make a YouTube video, yeah, you won't really be bothered to go that extra mile to do all those things. And that leads me, yeah, to why making YouTube video is hard mentally, you know, because there's a load of aspects where this comes from here. Aspects to do with YouTube, aspects to do with how the community is today compared to the olden days, and how I used to record things. You know, obviously, during the 2007 and 2009 eras and everything like that, yeah, I did used to make a lot of videos. At some points, I may have not made certain content that a lot of people liked. You know, there was a lot of other videos as well where I had a lot big stuff to edit, so those videos could have took long at the times as well. But I always made sure I kept doing small vlogs while I was doing these big ones, these big projects. There was times when I didn't really have any good topics to talk about. One of the things I did in the olden days was a lot of game reviews, but games was a bit was I was kind of getting off games. So I was kind of getting off certain games. Most games that everyone was loving was games that I wasn't really so much into, so I didn't really have much to talk about, and I kind of lost a little bit of confidence in doing that. But what made YouTube just hard for me, yeah, was I think where it really started to, because YouTube was going very well. YouTube was really I felt like I was doing very well with YouTube. I felt like I was getting a nice constant rate of subscribers. I remember when I first just got 100 subscribers, how brilliant that felt, let alone when I got to 4,000 subscribers. And there was a time when they had to do a clear up because there was loads of people who were making false YouTube accounts, not false YouTube accounts, like make a YouTube account and then forget their password, and they had to make another YouTube account. So ones who wasn't logging into YouTube for a very long while, those were removed. So obviously I went that from 4,000 to about 3,000. But I started to build them up again. It was all cool. But what really started to make a big change, where everything started to turn and go downhill, was an incident in 2011. And I think all the people who's been subscribed to me for a very long while, they'll know about this, and they're probably going to be saying right now, "Oh, come on, Temp, you're going to bring this up again." All right. Basically, I have to talk about this because it's part of this story here. It's part of the situation, and if new subscribers don't know about this, I might as well keep up to scratch. I ain't gonna just go so much detail into it. I'm gonna try and just give it to you in a quick way possible of what happened in 2011. 2011, I was depressed as hell because of a lot of things going on with my life that I wasn't happy about, and a lot of things I was pushed into doing, and a lot of things I was not. I was just not a happy person, and things were just going bad at the time. You know, with music, and I think YouTube was starting to go a little bit down the other. But what gone worse is like someone came to me with an opportunity for me to make music for his game that he was working on. His game unfortunately had a bit of a bad theme, and it wasn't the type of theme that a lot of people would thought was appropriate. But I was only concentrating on the fact that my music was going to go onto a game, and I was very, very happy about it. So I made a YouTube video, and what I did was I explained how happy I was that I'm making music for a game, and I read the description of the game and read what happens in the game. And unfortunately, people did not like what the game was about, and everyone turned on me. I always remember how everyone just turned on me. How I had some good loyal subscribers, how good loyal fans who used to comment on my videos, and how they all just turned on me quick, and everyone was angry about the game. But the thing what really hurt me the most was that a lot of people completely misjudged what I said in the video and misjudged why I was happy, because I was happy in the video, but I was happy that my music was about to be in a game. But a lot of people was angry because some I remember one specific comment said, "Temp, I didn't know you're into raping women." It was, you know, the game had a very different theme, and I wasn't concentrating on that. I was concentrating on the music, and everyone completely mistrued that. And I just remembered how um, I remember making two videos after that talking about apologies, and I ended up deleting the videos as well. But but there was still a lot of people who were unsubscribed. There's still a lot of people here who just haven't talked to me ever since, and probably never going to talk to me and all that. So there's probably still some people out there thinking that I'm into this type of thing. And um, when I realized it was obviously a mistake for me to read it out on the YouTube video the way I did. So I realized that is a bit of a mistake I made. I was a bit disappointed in how people believed that that's what I was into, you know, when all I did was a mistake. But what it led to, though, after that, was when I wanted to make YouTube vlogs again, it kind of felt different. It felt like now that I couldn't really just say out what I wanted to say, because it felt like up to that point, I would just say whatever I wanted to say in a YouTube video. Everyone would get what I was saying. Um, and in after that, it felt like I now need to think about what I'm saying while I'm saying it. So it's like I'm thinking, uh, and then then what happens is the flow doesn't even come out good. So I'm making a video for you guys, and I could finish the recording and watch it back before I upload it and feel like, dude, I just look like a bored, nervous guy sitting here talking, and the video just don't look right. So then I just scrap it and I don't bother upload it, and my stuttering increased. I stutter a lot more, so you can tell I'm more nervous. And so remember what I said to you earlier about doing 7 takes? It got to a point where I could be up to doing 20 takes a video. So let's go back to what I said about when it used to take me more or less just half an hour to make a video and get it out there. With when with the way videos are today, because I want to make sure I say everything right and not mess up anything, and you know, I know, and of course all the other things I need to do in order to get the video onto the computer, I could actually end up blowing off a, half a day or a full day trying to get a video up. It felt like just so much extra work, that it's all about, will I really wake up properly tomorrow and get this video up? And then I started to just notice later on that certain videos I wanted to do, I want to do, it took, it's taken ages to get them up. Like this video, for instance, I've wanted to do this video for quite a bit of while now. I think I wanted to do this video more or less around April or May, but look, we're in June now, and here I am doing it now. So this video, it proves what I'm trying to say, you know. So I haven't done certain videos that I wanted to do. Another thing that kind of bother that so another thing that led to, it led to me being depressed more. Remember I said I was already depressed in 2011 leading up to that incident. It was like this. I was very, very depressed. Then I was very, very happy with the news that my music could be in the game. Then went back to down being depressed again. You know, I mean, I really do appreciate all the subscribers and everyone who and all fans who does come and watch my videos. I do appreciate that. So you got to think from my perspective, right? 1 minute you're loved by everyone, and the next minute everyone's turned on you, everyone's hating you. Your own fans, your own subscribers are unsubscribing to you. That actually hurts a lot more than when a hater hates on your channel. I've had racist people. I've had racist people, people who don't like me, comment on me all the times and everything and all that. Yeah, some of those used to hurt at some points and all that, but it never bothered me to that most big point as what I'm about to say in a minute. Then it did. Then what happened when my own loved subscribers unsubscribed to me? Freaking hell! I even remember my ex girlfriend having a go at me because of that incident. You know. So um, obviously I got really, really depressed then. It did get to a point where I started to think, wow, where is my life really going? I don't really have a life. I don't really, do I even, do I, do I really belong here? And I'll tell you what, and then for the rest of that year, for the rest of 2011, I was kind of contemplating suicide because things was just not right. In 2012, early 2012, I remember feeling the same way, and I remember people commenting on my channel and stuff like that, yeah, and giving me the vibes as if things are going well in my life. People didn't know anything. When I eventually made videos, I kind of made myself happy in them, and people thought I was happy with everything. So in April 2012, I made the video, which I think everybody knows is called "You Need to Know the Truth," and that was the video where I spoke to everybody and told everybody that I needed to that I was contemplating suicide. I wasn't really sure if there was any light at the end of the tunnel in this situation. I was glad to see who my friends really were, and I was glad to see all the support come out then. Things were a lot better. So I was happy with how that went, but YouTube YouTube was still felt hard to make videos for. It still was a hard to make constant videos, and it was hard to come up with constant ideas, and there was just moments where I wasn't really sure how I could take my YouTube to the next level. It got to a point where every time I had an idea, something would go wrong. This is where I blame YouTube. Now, one of the things that YouTube used to have was its own actual online editing system. And that was pretty cool because remember all of the steps I was telling you about, yeah, where I had to get it on my computer, convert it to get to with Handbrake, and then to get it onto Adobe Premiere. One of the things that YouTube had was its own editing software online. What I was able to do was record my video, upload it from my phone straight to YouTube as an unlisted video, and then because if I made 7 takes, all I had to do was just take the 7 videos and put them together in YouTube's own online editing software, and voila, the video was up. I didn't have to worry about converting this and converting that. YouTube took off the YouTube took off the editing software. Why? I don't know. It was such a beautiful, convenient thing that actually made my making vlogs a bit more easier, and they took it off. So that was a bit of a bummer. So I still have to make videos the way I was making them. You know. There was another time when I had a good idea for a video. I was it's actually my current project that I'm working on right now. I'm working on this project, yeah, that's art related, and I've used a lot of money to so far to do with it. And I was planning to upload it onto YouTube as an interactive movie where people get to click what parts they see, because YouTube had annotations where you could put in your videos at any part of the video, and you can do a lot of shaping and stuff to the videos, and it was such a brilliant tool. And I was going to make an interactive movie with it because I saw some other interactive movies on YouTube. I felt they were very creative, and I was willing to do one myself. They've taken away the annotations. What they've replaced it with is this thing called end screen annotations, which isn't as flexible as the first annotations, because for the particular project I'm working on, I needed 9 annotations on screen at the same time. With the new annotation system, you can only have 4 annotations, and you can only have 4 annotations at once, and they can only be at the last 40 seconds of your video. Whereas I needed them to be all the way through the video, and like I said already, I wanted 9 buttons on the screen at the same time for this specific part. And on top of that, you also needed to I also needed to resize the annotations, which you was able to do in the old ones, but you can't do it now. So now it's getting to a point where every single time I have an idea for a YouTube project, every time I've got something cool that I want to do, YouTube gets rid of it. And that's when I started to get a bit angry now with YouTube, because it's like, what are they doing? You know, that's when motivation for everything was starting to go, because videos are just getting harder and harder to just come up with something good and worthwhile. And I just felt like YouTube was just starting to become, you know, more of a burden rather than something fun. Now, I'll be honest, there is a lot of YouTubers out there who don't like to do YouTube for a living. They do like to do it for fun. I personally did try to do it for a living, as because you know I do love it, and I would have loved to have been in a position where I could do it as a job. You know, it would be nice to just wake up and do videos all day, every day, maybe, and try and get it out there. So and try and live via it, because there's loads of YouTubers out there who does it. We've seen KSI, we've seen Deji, we've seen Logan Paul, Jake Paul, and the Sidemen, and all these big YouTubers. They've got so much money from YouTube that they can quit YouTube and yet they'll still have enough money to live the rest of their lives. So I didn't think I'd get that big, obviously, because I mean my subscriber rate was more or less like 1,000 a year at one point. Um, Maybe if I'd carried on going, then maybe it probably would have gone up faster. But it was not like that. Um, but YouTube just was, I mean, YouTube and just vlogging in general was just really, really tough, really, really hard. And I got to points where I have topics, some things I wanted to speak about, and then uh, when is the day that I go to record it? I'll say, okay, I'll record it tomorrow as soon as I wake up. Doesn't happen. You know, say next day, doesn't happen. And every time I'm ready to do it, something comes in the way. Obviously, it can be a situation of just me making excuses, but at the end of the day, I just was not motivated. The fire has clearly gone. Now, let me tell you, because I can even pinpoint when I realized YouTube, the 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 thought of me, the thought of me having YouTube as a career, I can pinpoint the day when it died. I can pinpoint the day when I just said, you know what, it's over, fuck it. I don't want. I don't think this is gonna. I don't think YouTube is more or less dead for me. It was in 2016. You know, so I remember. So like I said, I was always trying to look for ideas for videos and motivation to make videos, trying to get my YouTube to the next level. You know, there was one thing I started to notice, and that is that a lot of YouTubers were starting to just stream a lot, stream like with games and stuff. And the best thing, what was easy about that, is that the PS4 has its stream function in there. You can just stream straight to YouTube from the PS4. So I done a couple of streams, and then I felt like, yeah, maybe this is something that could help me do YouTube at least a bit more often. And then one day, an idea came to my head, which I thought this would be the perfect thing to stream. And it was that I got UFC 2 for the PS4, and I tried out the game first, I was enjoying it, and then it was time for me to create my character. And I knew I was going to make a character that would be kind of weird, because I was using a base plate of an anime face that I got from a website. So I knew that this would be a creative thing to watch. So what I did is I did the stream, and I streamed it for about 3 hours, and I made the character, and it was cool chatting to you guys while I did that. And I finished streamed it, YouTube blocked the video in over 100 countries, and I was like, "What?" It was blocked in well over 100 countries. It was more or less like, well, no one's actually going to watch this, are they? It's because the music in the game is music you can't upload on your videos, obviously. So basically, it was all flags and everything and all that. It was all copyrighted and everything. So that's why I wasn't able to do it. But the character was already done. I couldn't just delete the character and make it again. It was so authentic that so I felt like that video needed to be up. I needed that video to be up. I didn't want that. I didn't want that to go. So I was able to download the video, and I was looking. I was able. I thought one of the things I have to do here is mute all the music part, but when I speak, turn it up a little bit. Mute it every again. Turn it up for a little bit. Keep in mind this was 3 hours, and I was doing this on Premiere. That was something like a 3 hour video. That took like well over 2 weeks. That was just editing, cutting out all the music, keeping my voice in. I realized later on that what I was able to do was cut off the actual music in the actual video itself with YouTube's own function, but that made the video well off sync, so that wasn't able to work. So, so I did what I said, cut off the video and everything. That when I finally got my video to the perfect way I needed it, I now had 3 hours. I had a 3 hour video, and I was trying to render the video, and the video would not render. And because it's a 3 hour video, the rendering would take ages. And what it would do was it'd render for at least 2 hours, and then said, error. It didn't. It couldn't be. It couldn't be done. I was so angry because it was like, why couldn't it just tell me at the beginning that it won't be able to do it? Why wait the 2 hours? Wait till it's nearly done and then say error. You couldn't do it. And one of the things it used to say as well was there's not enough space to do this, when it was like 10 gigabytes worth of space there, and the video file itself wasn't even that big. So I knew there was some bollocks going on there. So I didn't understand what was going on. And I remember being so stressed out because it felt like a ridiculous amount of work just to get this video out there. It's like, what is going on here? So I put a video, YouTube removes it. I try to go get around it, editing the video, putting extra work on it, yeah, cutting out this, cutting out that, blah, blah, blah. And now I can't even save the fucking video to get the video out there. And I remember just losing it. I remembered, you know what? If this is the work it has to take for me to get to keep on YouTube, then I'm not worthy for it. And I remember it felt like that was the day, that was the point when I quit YouTube. Like I said, I remember saying it. My YouTube career is done. It's over. And when I said that at that point, I knew it was over in my head, and I took it hard. And I did something which I've never really spoke about to anybody until now. I ended up smashing up my bedroom door in front of my cousins while I was on the phone to my mum. I completely lost it. I went crazy. I remember smashing my door, running outside, screaming, crying, I burst out just because I had enough. And my cousins were shook. I mean, these are big guys, but these are big guys, bigger than me, right? Yeah. And they were shook because, freaking hell, obviously I went crazy. I remember I was just punching my door, giving the knees into my door, man. And that's that's how I felt when I more or less felt like, mate, my YouTube career was done. Because I knew at that point my YouTube career was more or less over. You know, I felt like if I was going to get a video done again, it's just not going to be the same thing at all. I just knew that videos, constant videos, was definitely not going to happen then. Definitely, I knew that the thought of bringing my YouTube career or YouTube just what it just was not going to happen anymore. I completely lost it. So, but eventually we did find the problem. I did find the problem with the editing software, trying to get the video done and everything. That yeah, um, I've managed to find a weird way around it by splitting the video and then upload saving rendering only one part and everything like that, and then take only those solved parts, put them together. So, some long shit, yeah, to get that up. And when I finally got the video up on YouTube, more or less 2 months after it being streamed, you know, keep in mind and remember this was in 2016. Up to now, that video today has something like 220, 230 views. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I don't do YouTube video for the views because that'd be me lying blatantly. Obviously, yeah, somewhere you want to do things for the views. At the same time, I don't want to let the view, like the request for that the quest for views to take over me. I don't want it to be the main everything and all that. The problem, but I felt like when you when you have a lot of blood, sweat, and tears going into a video, well, in my case, bruises, bumps, and tears going into a video, all the work I did to get this video out there, 200 views out when you know you have 3,000 subscribers, it felt quite disheartening. And it kind of further proved the point that, yeah, maybe YouTube is not quite the angle I was supposed to have anyway. And I knew from that moment that I was probably never gonna get YouTube to the space, to the spot that I wanted. There has been all the days when I will try, maybe try again and stuff, but I know that in the back of my head it's just not really gonna happen because every video that I did and eventually got done, I always kept thinking, all right, I need to make another video soon to not get it. It never happened. Look at the space, the gap. I think the last video that I've actually uploaded on this channel was something like 4 months ago, but I think that was a stream. The last actual vlog where I'm talking like this, I think it was actually 6 months ago. So yeah, we are talking about a pretty long time, and you know, another thing that when I was when I another thing about that video though, that it only got 200 230 views and stuff. The funky thing about that is I made this character and I really like the way the character came out. I really like the video how that came out, but not many people was that interested. I also got to the point where I was having confidence issues with my main project, which has my character Zapedy, and I was at points now where I was thinking, "Raw, what if this character won't do anything, and he's going to be like my life's work? Is this really? Am I really not good at entertaining people anymore? Was I just a YouTuber from the past, and I'm nothing today?" And once again, that put me in a lot of suicide thoughts. And this time, 2018, another thing I'm going to say to people that may not have known is that I was actually locked up in mental health for 5 days. And if they, cause, and they locked me up because they knew about all the methods that I've been researching on committing suicide, like how how many doses of the medicine that I was on would it take to overdose, and things that I was planning to buy in order that would have I would have used to commit suicide. So I want you to just. So the reason why I'm bringing all this up, I know this is all negative stuff and you don't want to hear this, But let me tell you what I'm bringing all this up, because you got to think of this perspective. All of this shit is in my head, and you got to think, how am I making videos? How am I going to make videos when it's a harder method to make a video? Got I got to now be careful in how I speak and what I say, and I'm depressed and everything, and not got much confidence and not much motivation to do it. All of that, because of course it's the same thing as well. I don't want to make a video where I sound bored or sound depressed all the time. I don't want to do that. So if I do, and I will tell you right now that there has been many times I have recorded videos and I scrapped them because they didn't look good. I made way too many mistakes in there, way too many problems in there. Made way too many, just way too many stutters, way too many. It was just a boring video. So that's the reason why I didn't really upload those ones. Another thing I want to cover, which I feel can this one is what makes YouTube a bit more, well, this one's more to do with the community. I notice we are now in what certain people would call the impatient era. You know, I remember when Instagram videos was a big thing. They were only 15 seconds long, and people used to make a lot of videos. Everyone used to watch Instagram videos every day, because if someone had a point, they have 15 seconds to make their point, and they may have a good point or 15-second comedy. A lot of people was loving those, and they would watch Instagram videos all day. When Instagram updated it so people could upload 1 minute videos, it all gone, went downhill. No one cares about videos these days. No one cares about long videos these days. And if anyone made a video that was 5 minutes long, people are too busy to watch that. People ain't ready to watch that. Now, back in my day, people would watch my videos whether they were 45 minutes or 1 hour long. If I do a video today that's 10 minutes or whatever, that's too long now. You know, everyone only wants videos that's short and sweet, gets to the point fast, or blah blah blah. Now, that defeats why I even joined YouTube in the first place. One of the reasons why I started vlogging on YouTube, yeah, is because I'm in a circle with my own friends, and I've always noticed that I'm the odd one out. I'm always the one who has a controversial opinion, or a different opinion, like a complete unique opinion, like I completely think differently to everybody else. So I want people to think of it from my perspective. If I've got a complete different opinion to everybody else about something, I would need to explain that opinion. And you can't explain an opinion like that in short words. That's why I say what my opinion is. I say everything about it. I just say what I'm thinking and why I believe this goes like this. And even if you don't agree with the opinion, at least when you listen to it, sometimes people are like, okay, I get what you're saying, that, although you don't agree with it. And but at least they get it. Whereas now, today, I now have to say what my opinion is in about 5 seconds, or your opinion is irrelevant, mate. You know. So that's another thing I'm worried about. YouTube's just gone down the road of just like, just gone down the road of which just pushes people like me away. And when YouTube did cut a load of partners off, saying that the rule to be a YouTube partner now is you've got to have about 1,000 subscribers a year and a lot of views. That, like, obviously those days are gone. I'm obviously not going to get that. That's obviously YouTube more or less wash their hands with me, you know, because YouTube's cuts the annotations. cut the editor online that used to make things a bit more easier for me, and now cut me out from making any money from it. I think, mate. I think. Wow. What more can I say? You know. What more can I say? To make constant videos today would be kind of weird. So how am I going to go further? How am I going to move forward from this? I'll be honest. There's going to be some videos that I know will come to this channel. They're not going to be. They're not vlogs related. They're going to just be actual edited videos that I have planned. I probably will do streams. I mean, I do my streams on Twitter because Twitter's got a lot more good functions than YouTube streaming. And if I do a Twitch stream and it comes out perfect, I will upload it. Um, so I won't upload it. I'll export it here to YouTube. So no, I'm not going to say that there is not going to be no more there's not going to be no content on YouTube by me. I'm just wondering if I would ever do vlogs again. You know, I know it's been a long time since I've done my Q&A, but I've got to ask, yeah, the subscribers and who's watching this video. 'Cause that's another thing as well. Who is actually watching this video? Because like I've just said about the impatient error, and I wonder if anyone is actually watching this video to the end. I'm nearly finished anyway, but I want to know who's watching this video and who would like me to come back and make more vlogs. What would you like to see in the future? Maybe you guys can relight my fire. No pun intended. Oh god, I know where that's gonna go. But yeah. So just want to know what you guys think, because, like I said, man, this is not YouTube these days it's more stressful than a lot of people think it is, and hopefully my explanations you can understand how deep it can be, you know. But let's just say that I haven't been the best of all things, especially especially just how the last year's gone. The one thing I would have to say that at least went brilliant on this YouTube channel in the last few years is my arcade stick documentary. It was great to see that a lot of people watched that and gave a lot of support on it, even though people didn't understand why I spent so much money onto it. But it was good to see that a couple of episodes had a lot of views on it, so a lot more shocking than expected, you know. So I'm happy with how those went. But yeah, I think I've explained everything in this video, guys. That's the reason why I haven't made much constant videos as I used to. Maybe I have recently found something that can help me make videos a bit more easier, and that's this webcam that I'm using right now. I initially bought this webcam to stream with, which I am streaming with, but I forgot that I can actually make a full video here. It's a bit weird though, because I'm looking at it here and I notice it's got the two big black parts on the side here. It's not a full HD camera, even though it says HD on it. It says 1080p, but when I switch to 1080p on this, it freezes. I don't know why. Maybe someone can help me with that later. But maybe I could make more videos if I use this setup later on. So I'm trying to make a comeback, guys. I am trying, but I just don't know where I can get that motivation. And the funky thing is, oh yeah, something I forgot. A funky thing is I actually recorded a video about 2 months ago, and I still have the recording here, and I haven't even edited it yet. See, I'm even unmotivated. Yeah, to finish editing a video that's already recorded. So technically, guys, there could be a video for you guys later on. But that's how much. That I mean, that's how you can say I've definitely lost a YouTube fight, and YouTube is just not what it used to be, Roy. You know, but just wondering how much people are still watching this, how much people are still interested in seeing my videos. That's something I'd like to. That's something I'm just wondering. So I'm gonna leave it there for you guys, and hope everybody else is all right. Hope everybody else is having a cool time and everything like that, and hope you all have a good understanding of what's been going on with this YouTube channel. So thanks very much, guys. I'll speak to you all later. Love who you are.